I like that. That's great, isn't it? Apple Good times gonna come. Well, Carl, we've got loads of ideas. We've got emails coming left, right and centre. I think you've caused quite a stir. I think you've turned this show around, to be honest. I'm being, honestly. Yeah, no, you've done really well. You're actually acting a bit like a producer, isn't he? And, you're coming through in your own right. We had a great suggestion.
We've had a great email here. Let me just check
this, Carl.
Let me just check. This is from Jeff Dunn. He's a big fan of the show, and he's just had a genius idea. He's saying, "You're moving house, Carl. Why don't Ricky and I come round? We can do a live outside broadcast from your flat. We can observe from your kitchen those weirdos that live opposite. We can maybe just wander around, just see the kind of place that you've got. You know, maybe check out your record collection, your clothes, what you got in the bathroom.
It'd be amazing.
Your futon.
It'd be like Louis Theroux. Wouldn't it? We'll be Louis Theroux.
Come on, Carl, this is a dynamite idea.
Nah.
Why?
I don't want you coming around making a mess and that.
We'll make a mess.
One person will take our shoes off.
When have I ever made a mess in the studio?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but do you know what I mean?
We're not gonna make a mess. We're not gonna have anything with us.
But what's in it for anyone?
Well, it's just a fascinating insight into you.
Yeah, but, right, when I see that little Chinese kid across the road who's dancing about in his underpants, that's in the evening, right? He's not gonna be doing that on a Saturday. So you'll be disappointed there.
Sure.
That old woman.
But you could at least show us the room in which he dances.
Yeah, when you say little Chinese kid, he's a 35-year-old man, isn't he?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you don't.
28.
But anyway, that's beside the point. You know, we'll find our own amusement.
No, I don't, and the woman downstairs has got a baby, and if we make loads of noise, and that gets stressed out.
We're not gonna make noise, are we? Just gonna have a conversation in your flat. Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, but if we're doing OB, we need to get, like, a car outside with a big aerial on it, and the parking's bad round our way.
What do you mean you have to do what do you mean?
To do an outside broadcast.
Can't they put in an ISDN line just for the dance?
No, because it'll make a mess of the wall, and I won't get my deposit back. So we'll leave that. Thanks for the idea.
You know, he's going around painting all the little holes, to get his deposit back in the wall. He wants to get his deposit back. It's probably cost him about 400 quid redecorating.
Let's remind people, Carl, of the prizes for Rockbusters this week. It's dynamite stuff. We've got the David Attenborough DVD Nature Collection. We've got a number of CDs, the best of David Bowie. We've got a Madness CD, not quite sure whether that's songs from the musical or their original tunes. Country Legends, 2 CDs there of great country music, and the remix to XFM compilation. Plus, of course, the big movie prize this week. Hellraiser! If you haven't seen it already, then I assume you have never seen a film before. Because I don't know if there's anyone who hasn't seen Hellraiser. But obviously you have to be above 18 to join, to play the competition.
Come on in.
So, how long would you want to be around for? Is this just for the...
Just for the show. A couple of hours.
2 hours. You just get the desk in there. A live OB.
We could check out the futon, we could sing its praises.
Check the Fulton, right? Yeah. Oh, you might have sold that by now.
We could have someone come round and buy it live on air.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Think about it. Think about it.
It's great.
How did Graceland start? Because that was... that was its normal house, and then they took over. Right, anyway, Rockbusters.
Yeah, go on.
I give a cryptic clue.
Yeah.
And a letter, and it makes up a band, right?
He never said the word cryptic a few months ago. I love it. Do you know what I mean? I feel it's like our own little Eliza Doolittle.
Yes.
Right, even Richard will like this one. Here we go then. First one. There's 3 of them, and you email in.
If this doesn't turn Dickie round, nothing will.
This is an email-only competition.
Email only. Right, here's the first one. Initial is B, so it's a band starting with B.
Okay.
And the cryptic clue is, I don't like them birds, they shouldn't be allowed in this area.
I don't like them birds, they shouldn't be allowed in this area. Next one.
Right, the next one. He doesn't like women, yet he's got a couple of kids, that's a bit weird.
Is that a cryptic clue, or is that just a general point?
Is that,
That's the cryptic clue.
Okay.
And the initials there are PD.
Okay.
And, the last one,
God, that one, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, quickly.
Oh, God.
And the last one is, that bloke who does...
Come on!
It's making me laugh.
Come on, Carl, be professional.
Right, the last one. Right. I can't do it, it's making me laugh.
Oh, come on, I'll come and read them then.
No, hang on,
come on, Carl.
Right, here we go.
They don't do this on Blockbusters on TV, do they?
No, come on.
That bloke who does sport on telly. He's got a little kid, right? Initials DC.
What? Is that
I'm
the
completely
clue?
confused by that.
Was that the clue?
Yeah, that bloke who does sport on telly,
Yeah.
he's got a little kid. Initials DC.
Okay, is that a band? Or an artist?
It's, well, I'm not gonna tell you.
Cheese.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna tell
not a
you.
well-known sandwich. Is it, what is it? Is it a
Fine.
band or an
Right,
artist?
so just quickly recap. That's
Okay.
it's a
Come on, Carl.
Right,
Come on.
quick recap. The first one is B. I don't think them birds should be around in this area. Right, that's B. Right? Second one, he doesn't like women, yet he's got a few kids. It's a bit weird. That's PD. And the final one, that bloke who does sport on the telly, he's got a little kid. Right? DC.
Alright, and it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you want to enter for Hellraiser.
Oh, I'll
And
tell you
all
what,
those other
continue
great
to do a little theme of like some old stuff people haven't heard of. If you're under 30, you probably never heard of this band. It's also a new thing I want to introduce to it. It's Show Up Camfield. Camfield talks the talk, he doesn't walk the walk, he doesn't play some rock classics on his show because he's scared. I'm going to play the tracks that Camfield's too scared to play. This is Kansas and Carry On Your Wayward Son, alright? Right, okay, right, the results of,
We
Rockbusters.
ain't got a winner for the first time.
Yes, we have.
We've
We've
done
got
this
loads.
feature for...
We've got loads of winners.
No, we haven't. We've done this feature for 3 weeks. This is the first time I've managed to sort of...
What
Let's go through them then.
have they got wrong?
The first one.
The first one.
What was the
first one,
clue?
yeah, the first one.
Well, hang on, let's do them in reverse order first. So what's the last one?
The last one, the clue was, that bloke does sport on the telly and he's got a little kid.
What's that?
That's Destiny's Child. Des, who does ITV Sport,
that's
he's got
terrible,
a tiniest
man.
child, right? No,
That's terrible.
that's fine,
Yeah,
they got that.
okay,
Destiny's
that-
Child. What's the one?
Des
What's the
Tiniest
middle
Child.
one?
Right, the middle one, right?
Child.
The second one was, he doesn't like women, yet he's got a couple of kids. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Right? That was PD, that was Puff Daddy.
That is offensive. Go on.
But it's not Puff Daddy. It's Puff Daddy. And he's not even called that anymore. He's called P. Diddy.
Well,
Okay, fair enough.
but they got that one.
yeah.
And if I'm being tight, these lot are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tight means something in Manchester. Go on.
Right? And the first one that they're having problems with, I don't think them birds should be allowed in this
They've
area.
got it.
Boyzone.
It's not Boyzone.
What's the clue again?
I don't think them birds should be allowed in this area.
That is perfect. A boy zone. No birds.
No women.
No women, yeah, birds, right? A boy zone. Sorry, Carl. If that isn't the answer, their clue is better than yours. That is brilliant. What was yours? Boy zone, it works perfectly.
What's your answer then?
Bangles.
I have no idea what that means.
Like seagulls. So you don't want them in this area, so you're banning them. Bangles.
Oh! Well, give it to boy zone, because boy zone's better. Don't use birds to be allowed in this area, it's a boy
I think
zone.
we should have a rollover. Carl beat them. Carl beat them. You have to use his logic,
But
surely.
theirs works. You can't do what am I thinking. No, that's not what I'm thinking. It perfectly. It works perfectly. I think you've got to give it to the ones that got the boy zone.
Well, how about, right, because they didn't actually get into my head and my
Wow,
way of thinking,
heaven
right?
forbid.
How about we just keep back the David Attenborough, and they can have, I'll chuck in the Hellraiser, right?
Okay.
and Blondie album and the Madness
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Pick a winner at random.
Pick a winner, Steve.
I'm going to give it to Paul Sloman, who got those answers, and he also says, P.S. Carl, you're a moron. So, I'm
Brilliant.
giving that to Paul, and good luck to him.
Right, well,
He's got a crazy night tonight. If we can rush these over to him, he's got a cracking
yeah.
Saturday night.
well, if I'm a moron, I might get your address wrong when I send them to you.
Oh,
Coming right back at you, Paul.
Right. John, play your song.
Is this the way we
Oh,
almost
Carl's
done?
annoyed because
Wow,
they didn't
he's
get
wild.
banned goals.
A song for the ladies. I think we seem to have missed this a lot of weeks, but this
Sure.
is, I've been wanting to play this
It's not
for
like
ages.
us to forget things like that.
This is a band Frente who kind of came and went and no one
yeah.
was particularly interested, but they did do this lovely acoustic version of the New Order tune, Bizarre Love Triangle,
Oh,
and
right.
this just shows you how incredible the melodies and the words and everything are.
Brilliant, I'm prepared.
New Order, just play this.
Good night,
Songs for the
bye-bye.
ladies. Is this the
Bye.
end of the week?
Do you reckon Richard Anderson will be back next week?
Yeah, Richard Anderson will not miss this show.
Excellent.
We do, of course, Rick, every week get thousands of emails. Emily from New York has asked Carl this. Carl, if you were on a sinking ship or you were in a burning building and you were with myself and Ricky, but you could only save one of us, I don't know why that's the case, but you can only save one of us,
Yeah.
who would you save? Would it
Is
be
it-
Ricky or would it be me?
I think it's a two-man dinghy.
Right, okay.
Possibly. And we're trapped, and he knows that if he stays there to get both our legs out from under this thing...
The girder.
Yeah,
that's
he
full on.
dies, so he's got room, he's got time to save one. It's obviously me.
It's hard to say, isn't it, at this point?
What,
It depends
because Steve's in the room, you mean?
Well, no, just because we don't know what the situation is.
Okay, well, let's say we're on a sinking ship, all right? So you're going to have to rescue one of us, drag us into the dinghy.
It's going under. You know, in 30 seconds, okay, this ship's going to go under and drag you down and you're going to die, right? And our legs are trapped and you've got enough time to untangle one set of legs. Whose legs do you untangle?
Now, just because my legs are long does not necessarily mean it's more complicated.
No, it's exactly the same amount of time. Just have to make a choice. A terrible choice that Steve would not, hate you for.
Well, no, listen.
But don't forget, he won't be around
this.
for long. He's going to drown in 30 seconds.
Well,
Forget him.
Bear in mind this, Carl. You are going to be stuck in a dinghy with Ricky Gervais, and who knows how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
Think of all the head squeezing that's going to be going on, the comments, the wind. And do you honestly think that he's going to, if there's any provisions, that he's going to split them evenly with you? I mean, he's going to have drunk all the water, and there's only going to be about half an hour in. The food's going to be gone. Look at his gut. Look how much, of the food he's going to have to eat, the baked beans that you've got on board. Whereas me, you know how generous I am. I'm always sort of helping you out.
Oh, there we go, Carl. I think he's put the nail in his own coffin there. You know how generous I am, Carl. Let's talk about that, Carl. Come on, think about that one.
Yeah, I mean, have you forgot about that, Steve?
What?
The time when we went for a coffee and we had to have a bit of a heated debate about the 50p change.
Yeah, you owed me 50p,
Oh, I'm not
and you
working.
decided you didn't want to give it to me because it was only 50p. And my point was, it's not a question of 50p, it's the fact that it's not your decision to decide not to give it to me. If I wanted to be generous, that's my decision. But you can't go, oh, it's only 50p, Steve.
It's my decision who I
But
say
you just given him a free keg of beer.
Yeah. and
No, but yes, but that did not come to you, and you didn't pay for the free cake of beer. It was a
matter.
promotional thing that was sent to you.
Doesn't matter.
It's the same thing as the way I gave Suzanne my leaving present from my last job.
A lot of people may not be aware of this if they haven't heard us talking about it before. Yes, but you had a gift from your work as you were leaving after however many years of service, which you then gave straight to your girlfriend without telling her that it had been received from people at work.
Doesn't matter, she wanted a camera. It's the same thing as you. You wanted that lager that I got for free. It hasn't cost you anything. It doesn't matter where I got it from.
So you now decide, because you've given me a free crate of lager, that you can now say, oh, actually, I'm not, in the future, I'll just take your money, Steve, on a whim.
Well,
Listen, stop arguing like this. You're rocking the dinghy. Carl, have some of my cheese.
Imagine if he would. Do you imagine he would ever say that? Do you imagine him ever offering you any of his cheese?
Are you going to save Carl, mate?
I don't want to say.
Well, think about it and...
I might do a sort of a for and against or something, and then sort of, so the conclusion is...
Okay, all right. Well, I've been waiting for this for a week. It's a regular feature now. When we read from Carl's diary. Carl decided to keep a diary. He's gone through with it. I can see it there. It's massive. It's a huge desk diary that he has to carry around with him. And the pages are getting full up. You're really keeping to this.
Yeah.
Right, this is extracts from Carl's diary.
Did podcast and went for an Italian with Ricky and Steve. Italian place is good. We've been there a few times. I always have the same thing, spaghetti. Can't remember what everyone else had. Last time we went there, Steve had little octopuses with pasta. You could see that they were octopuses. They hadn't been cut up or anything. My rule is that I only eat stuff that looks nice when it's alive. A cow, a chicken, some fish. An octopus is an odd-looking thing alive. Even worse when it's dead and limp. It looks like it just shouldn't have been sat in the spaghetti.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ricky drew another picture of my head. We've given a few of them away as prizes, but he draws so many of them that they won't be worth as much anymore. Everyone will eventually have one. Like those pictures of a boy crying that caused houses to burn down in the 1980s.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
It's just some kid. My Auntie Nora had one, and it was just like a kid with like a blue jumper on, and it's like a painting, not a photo.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And he's just crying.
Like a chocolate box, really awful, sort of sugary.
And what happened is they found out that a load of houses were being set on fire or burst into flames, whatever. And the weird thing was,
oh, it's bollocks.
every house that burnt down had that photo.
Yeah, because every house had that picture in the fucking 70s and 80s. Idiot. It's like, we're linking it to sinks. Every house that's ever burnt down had a sink. You're talking shit again. Carry on.
Wednesday. Saw a homeless bloke. I'm surprised that no companies have thought about sponsoring the homeless. Something like a clothing company. Give them some clothes that have an advert on the back. Everyone's a winner.
Good idea.
Not bad, is it?
Got on the tube to Camden. Read in a free newspaper that hedgehogs could be gone by 2025. I think I've seen more dead hedgehogs than alive ones anyway, so I don't think I'll miss them. Went round to Ricky's house and had a game of pool. It should have been nice and relaxing, but Jane gave me some cake, and Ricky said I can't play pool if my hands are all sticky from cake.
It was the sugar. And it wasn't that either. After he'd finished it, they weren't just sticky. He was licking his fingers, sucking his fingers off, and then was going to pick up ball cues and touch things. And I was thinking, go and wash your hands after licking your hands. You're not a cat.
This turned into an argument when I said I didn't want to wash my hands.
Why didn't he?
He goes for a piss all the time without washing his hands, and then squeezes my head. I know I prefer to have lemon cake crumbs on my head than knob juice. Was going to do a crossword, but I'm tired and have learnt enough today.
What have you learned?
Well, the stuff about hedgehogs and that.
Oh, God.
Was on my way to my mates and I got on a train. Got close to a station but realised I needed a wee. Was about to go in a cubicle when a blind man with a dog who was bumbling his way through the walkway came around. I said, "Are you after the toilet?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "It's on your right." I shouldn't have let him go first as he took ages and it would be my stop soon. The dog waited outside the cubicle. I was going to stroke it, but then I remembered someone telling me that you shouldn't. Don't know
Why
that
not?
is.
Because something to do with the owner should be the only one who sort of deals with that dog, and you shouldn't.
Well, you shouldn't stroke it because you'll cover it in fucking lemon cake.
No, but just because, you know, if you stroke it and that, it might like me and want to go off with me, and he'll come out and be lost and stuff.
Yeah.
A few people have sent this in, including Paul the party animal Parker. For some reason, we've just assumed he's in school. I don't think there's any actual proof of that. But do you think...
I reckon he left in June, and he's doing sort of bits and pieces, but he's still not a party animal.
Do you think he can hold down a job? Is he just partying so hard that...
He can hold down a job. He often arrives late.
Sure.
And the boss, who's in an overall, go, "Parker, you're late again." He goes, "Yeah," talks to the hand. Yeah.
I think that he's the sort of guy that he'll just happily say, "Listen, I survive on 4 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to work, I've not slept at all."
But I think he comes in with his headphones blaring, right, on a skateboard, and the bloke goes up to him, the old bloke, right, the old fuddy-duddy bloke, goes, You stupid idiot, you can't..." He goes, "Chill out, man," and in 2 minutes, he's got him dancing.
Oh, I know what he's like. Yeah, he is just like, he just can't resist it, because he's just a fun guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Paul and a few other people have sent in this piece of information they've discovered from one of the more respected news networks. The headline is this: "Female kidney turns lumberjack onto housework."
Right.
Now, a Croatian lumberjack apparently has claimed that he started enjoying housework and knitting after he was given a female kidney. He claims he's going to sue his local health authority because he says he's become a laughingstock. He used to enjoy heavy drinking sessions and things. The kidney transplant saved his life, but they never warned me about the side effects. "I've developed a strange passion for female jobs, like ironing, sewing, washing dishes, sorting clothes in wardrobes, and even knitting."
Well, if he likes it, what's the problem? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Hold on, though. What makes me laugh is he's become a laughingstock. So what do you do when you become a laughingstock? Tell the newspapers.
Well, yeah.
Tell the newspapers about it, because then that'd keep it completely under wraps. Then.
But it's the sort of medical nonsense that Carl would normally come out with.
Absolutely. You take on the personality of the person who gave you their blood.
Exactly. It's like those old horror stories, you get given a murderer's hand.
Yeah.
And you go around killing.
But there can be certain medical things that would change the way you think and would change you as a person. Say, like how they can do face transplants now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't quite understand how this face transplants work, because do you get a choice of who you have? If you have something done to your face and you go, it's burnt or whatever, or something happens to you and you need a face transplant.
Well, if you totally changed your appearance, then you would eventually change because of how people reacted to you.
Yeah, but
if you gave yourself the head of an elephant, soon you wouldn't be yourself because
I wouldn't have that. That's what I'm saying. If they had a catalogue and they said, "Here's some faces you can have, pick which one you want."
Yeah.
Would you be looked upon badly if you go, "Do you know what? I don't really like the look of any of them. Can I just wait for a better face?" Or at this moment in time, have you just got to take what's on offer?
Carl, there's no one looking through catalogues at faces they might be able to have.
No, they do now because of the face transplant thing.
But who are these people putting their face up for? They wait till someone.
Yeah, I know, but at some point, well, I tell you what, I would not have a face transplant if I haven't seen the face before I'm going to have it.
You had to.
I want to see what I'm having. Because I could end up with anything. You mentioned elephant's head. What, do you know what I mean? Whose head are they going to use? Is it the latest thing that's died? Oh, well, this got run over before. Yeah, I'll stick this on your head.
But where has this come from? Where
From
are
his
these
mind.
people- where are these faces queuing up to be popped on a skull? Where do you think they have got time to put all these...
Maybe this is why it won't catch on. I don't know.
This is extraordinary. You've created in your own head the existence of this pamphlet, and now you're defending it, even though we don't know it even exists.
And you're this skull on a hospital bed going, I'm not having that, I don't like the look of him, he looks a bit shifty, oh, I don't like that, oh no.
Can I ask this now? Let's say we passed away sadly in something terribly tragic. The nation's mourned. You know, it's terrible. It's like one of the great national disasters. But you, at the same time, you survived the accident, okay, but your face is hideously disfigured. You can take either Ricky's face or mine to have.
I'm surprised you're asking this, though, Steve. I mean, it's just, it doesn't seem like any of them is like a great option.
Oh, thanks.
And this is what I'm saying about the catalogue. If those two were on offer, I might go, do you know what? Pop in again tomorrow. Bring in another booklet.
Beatles, Revolution. Was that clear?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good. We got to speed this up because we know it's funny because our first link when we had to go at like the library and the playlist when we played the record, Carl went. You usually do it at the end when you've run out of stuff.
Yes. What's left off here?
So we started with what's usually our worst bit of material. So I think we've got to turn this show round.
Right.
Carl's been holding this together, to be honest.
Yep.
It's Carl's beautiful naivety and, can I say it, Carl, in the nicest way, stupidity.
Yes.
That are keeping the listeners...
I wouldn't class it as stupid.
I'm only joking. I'm only joking, mate. Of course you're not stupid. Everyone knows you're not stupid. You're sincere, and that can sometimes be, you know, frowned upon in this cynical world.
Would you say you've learnt stuff from me in the past few weeks?
Definitely. Definitely. Rather like a scientist learns from injecting mice.
Yeah.
No, but I've learnt from you about ants and stuff. I think every week, as weeks go on, I feel like...
We're learning from each other.
I'm learning more now than I did when I was at school.
And can I just clarify?
Yeah.
You weren't raised as an experiment and you've escaped from a laboratory. You had regular upbringing in Manchester and that.
Yeah, I didn't go to school much because me mum and dad had a caravan.
Right.
No need, is there? No need when you've got that sort of fun at home.
I used to just go away for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, honestly.
Where'd you used to go?
Port Maddock.
But
And so you didn't go to school much?
No, I did, but not as much as everyone else.
No.
How many holidays were your parents having?
Oh,
What was their income that they could...
No, well, my dad used to work nights, and he used to travel back, because to Manchester from Wales, it wasn't that far. And
Manchester to Wales?
He used to do 4 on and 4 off, so me and my mum were, like, loving it.
But what Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
Just down the road from Port Merion, where they filmed The Prisoner.
Right.
Okay, so that's cleared up for me.
Yeah,
Location-wise.
So what did you do then? You were in this little 2-berth caravan on the back of a Cortina estate.
Right.
Well, what was it? What was the car? I want the. What was
Granada, full Granada.
Full Granada. What are we talking? 1980.
Yeah, 82, 83,
80, right?
84, 85.
Okay. And you in the car down there, park up.
Yeah.
What was it? What was Port Meredith?
Port Maddock.
Port Maddock.
I remember Ruth.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
it's just a holiday camp.
Yeah.
And had an arcade and a beach. I was loving it.
Yeah.
But, so of the 52 weeks of the year, let's assume, I don't know how many weeks you take off normally for holidays anyway. Let's just say, I don't know, you go to school 45 weeks of the year maybe? Generally, most kids?
Nah.
Bit less.
Bit less than that?
42.
How many weeks would you say you actually spent in school?
Well, how many weeks do you have off for summer?
Well, we'll work that out, that's what
About
we need.
6 off for summer, about 3 for Easter, about 3 for Christmas.
Put it this way, I'm surprised I'm not Welsh, to be honest.
Right.
So I was there more than was in Manchester.
Did the school authority not come and check you out?
No, they didn't.
Didn't get Manchester, I suppose they didn't care, do they?
Not really.
Yeah.
They're lucky you turned up at all. What did you just turn up for the last day when you could take in your best toy? Did you know that when you could take in any game?
Just play with everyone else's. Why, you know? I break my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good
Well, this
point.
answers a lot. This does answer a lot. The fact that you spent most of your time on the beach as a kid.
Teachers were no good at my school. We were talking about it yesterday.
So you were teaching them a lesson by going off in the summer. Yeah. And did you go to university?
No.
No. Did you go to sixth form or college?
No.
When did you leave school?
When I was about 15.
Right. What, you just went on holiday and didn't come back?
I just got a job early, didn't I?
Where was it? Portmaddock?
Getting there. No, I was a printer. BM Print in Trafford Park.
Well, that's great. That's a little interview there.
Yeah, little
next I'll be interviewing Steve Merchant. What are we playing next?
Bit of elbow.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is Elbow. Elbow, Asleep in the Back. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I think Elbow are my favourite new group.
We've sang their praises many times and they've never phoned to thank us.
Should they?
Yes.
Do they?
Annoying.
Really?
Annoying.
No, they're doing a good job there. I wonder if they found their lyrics. Because I also wanted to write a song from, didn't I? They didn't take me up on that either, Steve.
I'm not sure I'm so keen on them now. Carl, can I have a Jaffa cake? Because I've just found a lump.
I think, you don't mean me, do you?
No.
Alright, good.
Thanks, Steve.
Now, we interviewed Carl there. I think we've learned a little bit more about Carl there.
We did, yeah.
And, I'm gonna interview Steve now, Carl, because I used to be... You concentrating? Don't put it all in at once.
Carl, chew. Chew before you swallow. Careful. Alright.
I used to suffer with that a lot.
What?
Not chewing.
The amount of times I nearly died as a kid.
What? Forgetting to chew.
Choking.
Sure.
Mint Imperials. My mum stopped.
Drinking them with water.
She'd have to hide them.
He's coming out of his shower, isn't he? He's happy Saturdays. He's miserable all week, and he's happy Saturdays, isn't he? Oh, look at him. It's like we get him weekends.
Yeah.
And he's just happy because we sort of spoil him, don't we? And he has Jaffa cakes and everything. We let him on the
He has to
radio.
go and live with his stepmom again all week.
Oh,
The
no.
ones who listen.
Oh, really?
Your girlfriend does, doesn't she, I imagine?
She's been away for ages.
I know.
I imagine she just switches off after a while.
But you know, we love you, don't you? We're excited. We talk about you in the week, and we think you're great. So don't just think we're using you as
cheap comedy material. I'd hate you to think that, Carl.
Right, no, I'm gonna interview Steve, because I used to be a chat show host. Well, I am a chat show host. Well, did you see me at Ricky Gervais?
No. I worked on it and I didn't watch it. No one watched
True,
it.
that's terrible.
No one watched
What
it.
do you think, Carl?
I loved it.
See?
Are you thinking of Parkinson?
And I didn't know Ricky then, so I'm being fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna interview Steve Merchant now.
Okay.
Live on air, XFM 104.9. We should say that more often.
Yes. Ricky Gervais.
Because they might tune and I think they've got a hospital radio by mistake. Yeah, Ricky Gervais. Yeah. Okay, Steve Merchant. Great to be here. Hi. Now, you're a very tall man, if
Yes.
I might say. You're 6'7", aren't you?
Yes.
Was that a bit of a problem at school?
Well, yeah, a few jokes here and there.
Yeah,
A bit of gentle ribbing, but not nothing too problematic.
What's the weather like up there?
Well, exactly.
Skinny, all that sort of thing. Oh, you're lanky.
Yeah,
Oh, dear. And,
that,
what about the glasses?
Well, I wear glasses, but again, that wasn't really a problem, you know.
They didn't call you Four Eyes,
No,
really.
really.
They didn't call you Four Eyes Freaky Lank thing.
no,
They didn't call you Freak Pot. Freaky the freakish
Alright, I'm
gimp,
not sure I'm
four-eyed
enjoying this
git.
mix. Don't
What?
know, I'm not
Well,
sure
I'm just saying, they didn't do that.
As an interview, I'm not sure that's the best approach.
Okay, and then you
I'm
left
honest.
school. You left school.
Yeah.
You went to university. There, were you called Freaky,
No, I wasn't. I've never
freak-eyed,
been
four-eyed
called
git?
Freaky, four-eyed git.
Are you sure?
Never been called it.
Were you called Freaky, lanky, four-eyed, stupid hair, boggle-eyed freak face? Fish face?
Is your chat show coming back? Is this what you I never watched it. Is this what you said to people like, I mean, you had some big names on there, didn't you? Tony Hart.
Yeah.
That bloke off Ground Force.
Well, the problem was they'd either heard of me or they hadn't. Either way, they didn't want to.
It was a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Who would you say was the biggest name you had?
They're all dead now.
Okay.
Probably the youngest one, survived. I think Penny Smith is still with us.
Right.
Yeah. Biggest name?
You had Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
You
I
had
thought.
Daniels, Paul.
Yeah, Paul Daniels, yeah.
But which was the biggest name would you say that you had on the show from the 1970s?
Peter Purvis.
Peter Purvis, of course.
He was a joy.
No,
yeah.
but
So that's just
it's not coming back though, that show. We're not.
No, not in that form. The Channel 4 wanted to see some changes.
What sort of changes?
Ratings.
Right.
Now I'm going to play a lovely track. Thanks, Steve Merchant.
Thank you.
I'm going to play a lovely track by Elvis Costello. I think one of his first hits, maybe even be his first hit back in the 70s. This is Red Shoes. Zinger Meets Spray, apparently. I've never heard of them.
No.
Sounds good. It's spelt Spray, though, but Carl reckons it's Spray. Song 2, a cover of Blur's Song 2.
Yes.
You wouldn't recognise it,
In the
would you?
dub version? No.
In an old-school reggae dub style.
Nice.
Lee.
Big 'em up.
Yeah, all that. Oh, we know all that. We
all the
know.
wording. Yeah.
Oh, we know all that, yeah. So, yeah, that was quite interesting. I quite like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Filled up 3 minutes.
Before that, Elvis Costello, Red Shoes.
Lovely.
What a great song.
Debut, was it? Debut single?
I think so. It's the first one I remember of his, but, you
We'll
know.
probably give Elvis a call, won't we, and chat to him about it.
Yeah.
He's a pal now.
Yeah. Well, the celebrity.
Yes.
lifestyle.
What, because you told me something else about your celebrity world that I thought might be of interest to the listeners. I don't know if you're happy to mention it.
What?
Your, forthcoming TV appearance? Kinda might be interested.
Oh, yeah.
What
I've
is
been
it,
invited. I don't usually do these things.
Yeah.
But I sort of quite like the show. I've watched it for a while. It's on Room 101.
Have you seen this, Carl? Do you know that show?
You don't like it?
No. But, is it still Nick Hancock as well?
No.
Who is it?
Paul Merton.
God, is he still around? I've seen him for ages.
He's probably going to be a great pal of mine come Tuesday.
No, sir, I mean, that doesn't make any difference, does it?
No.
Have you got all the channels tuned in right on your TV? Paul Merton's a huge star. He's on all the time.
Yeah.
No, is he heck?
Yeah, he's on Have I Got News For You and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
What's the rest of it?
Well, anyway, look, Room 101 is the show.
Room 101.
Is the
Yeah.
show where you put in the things you hate into
Yeah.
this imaginary room.
And I thought I'd do it because just for a laugh, because, you know, they let you speak and it seems like a bit of fun.
What are you
so
gonna
I
put
thought
in
I'd do it. Oh, I'll ruin it, won't I, for all the listeners?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Switch off now if you don't want to hear what Ricky Gervais is going to put in Room 101.
I don't know, just things that irritate me, like, I don't know, I'm putting in noisy people who make unnecessary noise, for one thing. Like, Right.
Can I just stop you there for just 1 second? You
know what you're gonna say.
No.
I know what you're saying.
I was just thinking, just wondering if there's a little case there of the pot calling the kettle black. Because you are the most annoying man ever in the history of all things. I mean, I've met a lot of people in my life, I like to think. Even everyone. I mean, to anyone I went to school with who was possibly, I mean, an evil man, would throw things at people when, the teachers just throw stuff at them all the way through the lesson, throw things at the back of your head. Even he was not as irritating as you are.
Really?
Just the fact that you're just crunching up a plastic spoon now.
Well,
as we
what's
talk
good is
annoying.
that?
It's annoying.
Yeah, I know, but,
It's just, you're so irritating. You're always making the little noises, just little sounds all the time. we were working yesterday, right? And I was typing this, and he had an elastic band between his teeth, right? I don't know how he got, how he just seems to end up with an elastic band between his teeth, right? And he was flicking it, so it was making a noise, boom, 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 boom. What were you saying? You were just going, the rain on Spain falls mainly on the plain.
the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
Just kept doing that, right? Repetitively.
Yeah.
I eventually, I said, what are you doing? What are you up to? He went, no, sorry. Tried to wrap the elastic band round his face, right? It flipped up, hit him in the nose. Right, he screamed, because that hurt, obviously, it came quite tight. And he said to me, if I can flip this elastic band and hit your glasses, right, not your face, but if I can hit your glasses, can I flip the elastic band at you? I went, well, how am I going to find out if you can, you might hit my face? He went, well, why don't you cover up the skin on your face, your nose and everything, with some paper?
Which he did!
Yeah, just to keep you happy.
Yeah.
And then he flicks it at me, so I grabbed it, flicks it at him. He ran off screaming, swearing at me. Oh, don't frighten me.
I was saying, don't be childish. Retaliation is childish. I did it first, so...
Pathetic, endlessly. Just this kind of...
No, but you agree with me on that people who just, like, I can't stand noisy eaters, people who go...
No,
like that,
I do agree with that.
and people eating crisps, as I said before, people eating crisps in cinemas.
Well, anyone who's making noise in the cinema. It's an
I know,
absolute
they must be mental. They've gone to see a film, there's people they don't know there, everyone's paid £8.
And they're crunching away.
Oh, leaving their phones on!